Hi everyone, so I'm back to do a let's make with you. I mentioned in my last video that I was going to do some things with butterflies, and this is what I was doing. I've been using inks, and you can use sprays, you could use watercolours, whatever, and use some stamps. I've been using these three because I like them, although I'm not keen on this bit here, which I have cut off when I've cut them out, but I've got these three packs of stamps that there's a butterfly in that one, and then this one here is Kaiser Craft. I don't know the make of that, and that's a Craft Us, I think it's called. It Craft Us. So really, I've had that for years, that one. So just picked out, like I said, the butterflies that I like, making sure that obviously they're not solid butterfly stamps, and you like, you know, because you want to be able to see the colour behind them. So we shall crack on. I'm also, it's going to be a long video, I'm going to emboss some, and then I'm going to use some, what's it called, if I can find it. I'm going to use some of this is a gel gloss, sorry, couldn't think, I was just looking at it, and then I'm going to sprinkle some glamour dust on to sparkle some of them up. So let's get started. Let's move these out the way, and I'll put them up there out the way. So I've just got a couple of strips of coffee dyed cardstock, and first of all I am going to use, I'm using this acrylic block, and I've got these distress inks. Some of them are seen better days, and I'm also going to be using some Stays On, the jet black ink. You can use, if you're not going to like put anything like water on the top of it or anything like that, you could use a non-solvent one, but I'm going to use that. I've got a red one there as well. So I've got too much stuff around. So my colours that I've already done was kind of like these two with a little bit of blue, and I've used some of the Victorian Velvet and some of the Fired Brick. So I want to kind of do some more maybe blue and green ones, and I will add a little bit of that into it as well. So let's do that first. So you'll need a spray bottle. And as I say, you can use spray inks if you wish. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of water on that, and just dab that onto there, and let it run a little bit. And sit that to the side for a second. I'm going to have to use my heat tool, and I'm not going to edit this because I don't have enough room on my phone to put all the videos together and put it onto iMovie and edit it. So you're going to hear the heat tool when I'm playing with it. So I'm just catching all the dribbly bits, and I'll probably try and make something out of that as well. So I've got a little bit there. I'm going to dab away some of the puddles on there, and the other one. Well, when you get all this stuff out, you don't have to make a mess. Or maybe it's just me. You know, I've got all this space, and I'm working here. Okay, right. So I'm going to just put the heat tool on this just for a few seconds. There we go. And now I'm going to, that was the green, the crushed olive that I used. I'm going to put some of this spiced marmalade on. I've literally had these for years, but they've still got ink in them, so it will get used. This these colours would go nice with some of the spring kits that I have, and like ARTYmaze's new is it spring watercolour it's called, would go nice with that. Making a right mess here. Well, you can't be creative and not make a mess. And again, I'm just going to dab some of the puddles away. Just helps with the drying as well. Okay, going to come back in with the heat tool for a minute. Right, put the lid on that one. I'm going to use some blue. I'm only going to do the blue on one. I do have a blue spray here. It's not spraying very well, it's clogged up a little bit. So I'm going to have to wash the actual spray, the spray bit, soak it in some hot water. Okay. I am going to put a little bit on that, but I'm also going to put a little bit of red on this one, I think. Obviously when the blue hits the yellow and the greens, it is kind of turning it a little bit more green anyway, so I think this might be a nice tag. Okay, so just going to dab the puddles again. Right, this one I'm going to sit up there just now, because I want to dry this one first, because I want to put some red on there. So again with the heat tool. And one of the reds, I think, fired brick. And some water. And just plop that on. And come back in with this. I'm liking that. Okay, right, I'll pop some over this. Should have maybe done this as a live, but a bit late now because I'm getting there with this. Right, and I'm just going to dry the pair of them a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that, but I have to dry it, otherwise we'll be sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Okay, I'm going to move that one out the way. And I'm going to use this. Right. I'm only going to do 2 of these ones, and like I said, I'm not keen on the tail, but I like this part of the butterfly. And this stuff stinks. It smells like almonds, I think. Okay. So stamp that one. Whoops, got loads of that on the block. Okay, then we will come in with, let me wipe that. I don't want to transfer that anywhere. Come in with this one. That one seems to not want to stamp very much right there. Squish that down a little bit here. Yeah, for some reason that doesn't want to pick that up, but I'm still going to use it. Don't know why it's doing that. Maybe actually if I put it onto, I sometimes use a mouse mat and stamp on just for a little bit of cushioning. I should have brought that over here with me, but too late. And I'm leaving space because obviously with the ones that I already done, I left like a border all around. I didn't take it right up and around the actual stamp. So we'll have 2 of these because I do like that butterfly. And I think I said I wanted to do some blue ones, but I'll do that later off camera. Right, get rid of that. And I'm gonna move that out the way. Move my stamps. And a few other bits I need to get out of the way. Okay, so right, with this one, I'm just gonna fussy cut that out. Should have got my little scissors as well, but I kind of can cut the cussy cut. Is that even a word? Fussy cuts with any scissors, but the smaller the smaller they are, the better, I think. But I'm not overly fussed. I love watching people fussy cut because it's the way they do it. The way some people do it, it's so quick and fast. They're a master at it. So I'm not going to cut all of these out. I will just cut one of each design out because otherwise we'll be here till midnight. Whoops. See, that's why I should have got the smaller scissors. There we go. I was holding my breath then. I don't know why I've done that. Right, we'll take this one because obviously I can use the other ones that I've done. Oh, this is really kind of, oops, I was getting in my way. It is boring watching this, but and one more. Like I said, I'll do the rest of them at another time because we don't want to be here all night. So some of you may know I've got a grandson due on the 28th of March and we're excited about that. And then on Thursday, which is St. Patrick's Day. It's my son's birthday. Then next week, I think it's Tuesday, 22nd, it's my birthday, and I'm going to be the big 50. Don't know how that happened. It's ridiculous. I was only 25 like a couple of years ago, and now I'm going to be 50. Scary. Okay, right, so they're done. Bring the rest of them in. Like, as you can see, obviously you can, like I said, you can use anything you like. I actually like this colour, that blue. That's what I wanted to do more of, more bluey type ones. And it's actually kind of like an aqua blue, I think. I've done these little ones as well. So I'm going to pick a couple. Pick that one, and let me see, that one. Because like I said, I'm not going to do all of them because you'll be bored of me. Right, so I'm going to do some embossing. Right, I've got some of this vintage beeswax. ARTYmaze sent me that. I've only got a little bit left. I've used that quite a bit. And then I've got this. This is just by a company called Wow, and it's a clear gloss. It's regular embossing powder. I have got some UT, but I haven't got a lot of that either. And then I'm using this Emboss It Dabber by Ranger. I do have the ink pad. I can't remember what that's called now, but I've seen Tracie Fox use this a couple of years ago when everybody kind of went crazy for embossing everything, and she had got this, and I thought I'm going to try that, and I love it. So okay, so just dab on. Oh, and I need a pair of tweezers, so I do's. So I'll do these three with embossing powder. And sometimes it needs a second coat when you're embossing. I can't really see because of the light whether I'm getting enough on that or not. And this is why I used Stays On ink, because I would believe that the wetness, if it was a solvent, non-permanent ink, it might actually make it run. But I don't know, I haven't tried it, but I think it would. Just my guesstimate there. I'm just guessing that. I've also got a video somewhere. I'll try and put it on the end of the video on the screen and I think it was this actual stamp that I used, and it was stamping onto vellum, or was it acetate? I can't remember. It was one of the two, but in the background on the reverse using permanent ink. So you can have them any colour that you wish. I'll find that video. If not, I might actually. ARTYmaze had said to me not so long ago, just do the video again. And I was like, I never think. I see a lot of people revisiting like stuff that they've made. Just do that because I don't want nothing to stick to it. Yeah, I see a lot of people, redoing stuff that they've done in the past. I never really think of doing that. I don't know why, but because we do, we do get other ideas after we've done things. Right, this is something I'm not great at, is embossing. So we'll try some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm not a lover of embossing. I think it's time consuming. Oops. And I like quick things, but I was in the mood to do this, so I am doing it. Let's see if we can get all that rubbed in. There's a little hair there. that there, and then this one, that's still sticky. Not really. Stuck under my fingernail, that did. Okay, so let's get this back in the pot in case I blow it all over the place. There we go. Right, now I'm going to be chasing butterflies around because I always end up losing grip on them. So we're going to need the heat tool again. So I'm going to warm that up for a second. That didn't take too long. See, I'll move that without it getting all sticky. Do that one. And the trick is, I know with the Ranger, or is it Tim Holtz, heat tool, it's very quiet and you don't really need to kind of move it around. I've seen a lot of people, they just kind of hold it over, but with these types of heat guns, you need to move it around, otherwise you'll actually burn the embossing powder and the sticky stuff, the dabber. The dabber stuff. Okay, so we'll let that dry there, and I'm going to pick another 3, and I'm going to do it with the gel gloss, which is I don't know how you say that, PBO, I don't know what's called, how to pronounce it, but it's good stuff, the glossy one. Right, so we'll have another blue one, we'll have that one and that yellow one there. So I will do the rest of these later, but I'm just going to do actually put that on there because I don't need the embossing powder, but I do need a little brush, which my brushes are actually dirty. That's not good. Hang on a sec. I was using some black the other day and the water's a bit dirty. Oh, let me see. Should have thought about that one, shouldn't I? I'll clean that a little bit. I don't have another clean brush, so I'm gonna just have to use that and hope for the best here. Oh, excuse me, there's a burp. I'm just gonna plop a little bit there. I don't need a lot of that, and we just paint that on. Obviously it dries clear. I'll take them out of there, put it on there. I'm going to sprinkle some glamour dust. You only need a tiny, teeny bit of this. and whoops, even that's too much, because there'll be glamour dust all over the house for about 2 weeks if you use too much of it. It's crazy stuff. Actually, I do need a little bit more for that one. Just a tad. And, oh, that needs to go over there. Right, I'm going to dry them one at a time because they will blow around. And with that, I'm going to actually put another coat on the top to try and seal in the dust, the glamour dust, because you don't need a lot of this stuff. And you will still see the sparkle. You could use a very fine glitter if you wished. You know what, this one I'm going to put a little bit more. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. Ooh, it's like fairy dust. I'm going to chuck that, and then I'm just going to quickly dry these. Okay, so put a little bit too much glue on there, or it's not dry. It's not quite dry, but can you see the sparkle? You see all the sparkle on my fingers. I don't know if my light, I'm not sure, because I don't know if you can see it or not. So they're the, didn't do anything with that one. And that one's embossed. And that, and that. And I'll continue and do the rest of these off camera. And I will obviously use these as embellishments in my journals. And like I said, you know, you can use anything. You could even use a stamp onto scrapbooking papers that have got a nice design, or even digitals, because there's some nice backgrounds. It would be nice to do that as well. I didn't think of that until just this second. So yeah, you can just jazz up your stamps a little bit by doing something like that. So like I said, I'll try and find the video where I done it on vellum and coloured the backs of the vellum, and it kind of obviously brought the colour through. But you do need to use a stamp that, you know, is like, this one is quite more of a solid stamp than these, but obviously you can still see some of the colour on there. So yeah, so that was my little idea that I had earlier, and I thought I would just do a little video on that. If you have any questions, just ask, and thanks for watching. Bye.